Another effective drill that we use in running to improve mechanics is what we call torso lean. The problem that you have is if you're running vertically, or even maybe leaning back because you want to get your legs up, the problem that you have is that you're in a braking position. We actually want to be leaning forward so that we feel like we're falling over our legs. That way we keep the legs turning, because the reality is speed is a product of stride length times stride frequency. The more you turn your legs over, the more distance you can cover. The problem is we only have a finite leg turnover that we can achieve. We can't just keep accelerating our legs. They can only turn over a certain rate. That's where some people say, oh, then we need to increase the stride length. But there's a problem. If your stride length becomes too long, essentially what you're doing is now you're starting to lean back and you're going to hit with the heel, because the foot is too far in front of you. And every time you hit with the heel, you're in essence slowing yourself down. That's like hitting the brake. Runners never heel strike. Runners are always hitting on the midfoot. And so rather than having what you see a distance runner doing, which is a long stride length like this, a sprinter is more like that, right? They don't want to heel strike because every time the heel hits the ground, that's just like you hitting the brake. So how we help you is we tell you to stand in a staggered position like this. And what we're going to do is just staying stiff. We move from the ankles. You never break from the hips. Because remember, power is being transferred between the lower and upper extremities. Shoulder drive, leg drive. We want everything to transfer into motion. If you hinge at the hips, you're breaking out the segments and you're losing power. We call it an energy leak. So we want to stay stiff. And what you're going to do is just slowly lean forward. You can see the back heel has come off the ground. And I'm going to continue to lean forward until this front heel feels like it wants to come off. And if you notice, I have a slight forward lean. We say about 7 degrees, maybe 5 degrees, no more, no less. And this is the position you want to be. So you want to feel like you're falling and you step. And you fall and you step. And that's kind of the position you want to assume. So we start teaching drills where we teach people to kind of lean forward and kind of, as they're about to fall, take that quick step. And eventually, over time, you start to build up that tempo where it goes from just a single lean step to something that becomes more of a slight jog or run. Just your job is to watch the orientation as they go to that lean, that this hip stays fully extended, that they're not actually going into this position right there, because that is not going to give you much drive. You want the hip to be extended so you get that power, that thrust that drives everything forward. So there's your torso lean that is used to kind of help create leg turnover.